So, um, last time we left off, the pack had arrived in Hrefna. You had some conversations with a few of the villagers, and headed up to the Thane Hakon's Hall. Thane, who holds the settlement for King Thir Grimson, the King of the South Seas. And you had a rather, I would say, awkward conversation, more than not, in which at the end you were given directions rather than a guide to where the Ulfrdenne, the lodge or what once was a mead hall, where the previous pack had holed in as their den, and where you were expected to do so as well. And it was under the assumption that you were a band or a sect of Ulfrdenne, wolf berserkers, much like the normal bear berserkers. They were actually a real thing, and that would explain away some of your eccentricities, so that you would be this wolf berserkers and sundry along with them, and with the understanding that you would raise your axes and swords in defense of the settlement when it was needed. But other than that, they had strict orders to basically leave you alone. Good. So you journeyed through the forest, had a few unusual glimpses of encounters along the way, some of you. And then you arrived without much further incident, it only being a hour's distance by foot from the main settlement, and you were still traveling in daytime. You reached out and immediately determined that this wasn't a simple case of abandonment, that there had been some type of battle across the territory, and certainly within the main hall itself. Upon entering the hall, you found it a shambles, the doors splintered in or out. You're not quite sure. And a number of weapons, dried pools of blood, and other signs of a terrible battle being raged in the Ulfrdenne itself some months past, with a little bit of snow having already trickled in through the outer doors. But you did not see any bodies. Then you, I don't know who was the first one. I believe Mandler noticed that one of the axes stuck in one of the hall's supporting pillars started to move and then flung at him, and you realized you were facing some type of dread power or ephemeral creature who was animating things around the room to use as weapons at you. You then became aware of some ephemeral creature, something very much like a guru, from footprints that some of you saw in the little bit of snow that had trickled into the room. You had a little bit of combat where no serious damage was done to you, but neither were you able to score a serious hit on your unseen opponent as well, when Herdis suddenly had the foresight to extend her senses into the twilight with her Barghest gift and see the form of a headless guru bearing down on her and her younger sister.
That sounds about right.
Also, I think I pushed my sister away, like the last turn I had.
Absolutely. Okay.
You roll to push her away. Dramatic failure. You push her into the werewolf.
There was no roll, and also stop trying to get me to have Paula. Keep that for yourself.
You don't get a beat for the dramatic.
Yeah, just crit
Heartbreak
fail
of the
pushing
thing?
your sister so that you can sacrifice her for 1 beat. Seems like a good deal.
Maybe even 2 if you roleplay it particularly well.
Maybe your sister might get a beat as well.
Risk your own NPCs for that. Please and thank you.
This story is also true. Sigbjorn the Reaver of the Saber-Fangs pack was not a perfect Viking. Not was he a perfect werewolf, but as a Rahu of the Blood Talons, he strove to be a mighty warrior, worthy of Valhalla, worthy of the Skalds of the Urathra singing his names. He and his pack were assigned to a far-off colony that was being established in the land of the Varangian Rus, the Vikings who had settled far to the east on the great river trade routes that ran from the north south into the Black Sea and down to Tsargrad, otherwise known as Byzantium. He and his pack were full of confidence and swagger. They reveled in their having been chosen for this and in their position and in their new power as a young pack as they strode this land. They remained focused on their mission. And in choosing a totem, they rejected a local dark feathered spirit, the Dark Lady that had reproached them, for the spirit of a great saber-fanged cat out of the north that they had themselves had defeated their first journey together into the Hissel, but then spared on the condition that it enter into a totem contract with them. The gray cat who stalks the night, the frozen night of the north. And so they became the Saber-Fangs, and they ranged bloody murder, raping, reaving, and destruction across this land on both the Hissel, as they attempted to take control of this powerful locus that they found themselves in possession of that was nonetheless extremely unstable. And they found much of their time battling spirits that were coming to and from out of the shadow into the mortal world and wreaking havoc. Spending so much time away from the settlement, and being such a hard-bitten group of men, relations with the settlement did not always go well. But they had a string of stirring successes that most mortal Vikinger of Midgard would never hear anything about. In the shadow, they defeated the mountain that walks. They defeated their original totem, the great cat who stalks the frozen night. They defeated tribes of Pechenigs further the south as they began to venture down the Dnieper trade route that had tribes of the pure lurking among them. And then a little ways to the east of their own territory, they found a black fortress set in a mountain. A fortress constructed seemingly seamlessly out of some type of black hard stone. But this fortress did not exist in the mortal world of Midgard. It only existed in the shadow. It was a place that simply wasn't there. in the real world. They ventured into the depths of this fortress, and they had many hair-raising adventures there. They barely escaped with their lives intact as they fought their way out. But they did bring no small amount of fell and wondrous things from this very strange and mystical place in the shadow with them. But that's when things started to go wrong soon after that. And it seems that a corruption set into the pack. First, they started to turn on the settlement. Relations got worse. Then they started to turn on the lesser members of their own pack. And eventually, they started to turn on each other. And then one day, Sigbjorn found himself set upon by several other members of his pack and others that he did not know. He was bound, immobilized, and had his head severed with a silver blade. He awoke, or what he thought was awoke, screaming soundlessly some time later, his body tied to one of the standing stones around the locus of the wolf's den. Fell symbols and runes were carved into his wolf form, his war form. The Guru. And he was missing his head. He realized that he was no longer walking the world of the living, and he had uncontrollable compulsions to rage and to defend the territory that once the Saber Fangs had called their own. But he wasn't capable of much thought more than that anger, that wrath, that bitterness for things that still lived and dared trespass where the Saber Fangs had once ruled before the rot set in.
And I imagine it's only Yin that would know all of this?
How would I know that?
None of you actually know it.
Yeah. I was about to say, because I figured, maybe I missed something and this was a Yin dump. But no, okay, none of us know. That's just out of character. Got it.
That is out of character. That is out of character knowledge.
Yeah, and I don't know how Caliph powers work. I've made sure not to read it, just so your abilities are a surprise to Kodai.
Oh, no, when he sent me a dream, he did not start it with this story. It's true, I think.
Okay, cool, got it.
So, those are some of the mythologies that your characters might have the ability to stumble on in the future, and just a little taste of what's out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask everyone with this sudden shock to roll initiative again.
Severe, Rooney, Oscar, Kodai, Hurtis.
Yeah, don't change anything this time around, but I just normal print there, so if it's a draw, then we know whose initiative might be higher.
It's fair. It's on you. You are within combat range, if you so wish, of this spectral thing that you cannot see, but you can probably, with a quick perception check, you can guesstimate where it is from the reactions of your packmate, Herdis, and her sister.
That is, what's composure?
Yes, it is. You can add your primal urge to that if you wish.
That's what, 2?
Did you roll the 10s?
Did you roll the 10s again?
Nope.
I mean, it's a success, so you see where it is, and it's not going to be an exceptional success.
He might be exceptional, huh? I mean, Yennefer did that last time.
Yeah, theoretically, it was possible. Okay, so you can guess the general position of your ephemeral opponent based on the horror and the backing away of Herodis as she attempts to both back away and thrust her younger sister behind her.
Condition inspired.
Then I'll lunge for the thing and hope my claws and teeth find any sort of purchase with our unfortunately invisible and somewhat intangible foe.
Go ahead. It has a defense pool of 5.
Ah, Jesus Christ, what's my pool?
Feel free to spend willpower if you want. No one has regained any willpower or essence from the last session as we were left off in the middle of combat.
I think did anyone actually use willpower? I know I used it. I used 1. Did anyone else actually use willpower?
I have not. I think we've only spent 1 willpower and 1 essence in the entire party.
Yeah.
Okay, yada yada. This is going to be an all-out attack. So, 14. We'll go ahead and spend willpower. It's like 17.
The bigger
And
pool, the better.
I'll use an essence to use that Rahu gift that gives me 8 again.
Going to bear.
Certainly fucking are. So, -5, that's 12. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh wow.
Oh man,
So the roll
that's
to hit,
actually
right?
0 successes.
Jesus.
So it's not a botch?
No, you don't. In World of Dark in Chronicles, you can't botch unless you choose.
Only on a chance roll. You can take a critical failure for a beat
to make
if you
the
want.
story more exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, chop someone of the pack heads off with that.
Take the beat. Take the beat.
You might as well. You roll 12 dice. Make something up. Gain at least a beat out of it.
So Sver, in his war form, the only one of you who has chosen to go into the Guru yet, senses the opponent and lunges, claws swinging, jaws snapping towards it, and just misses connecting with it, and kind of once again, in a very frustrating growl of fury, connects with nothing and spins himself off unbalanced. And that would bring up.
That'll be Rooney.
That would be Rooney.
Okay. So last round of combat, Rooney used Impossible Spoor to try to track this ghost, right? Like to try to perceive where it was or whatever. He wants to keep tracking this thing to see if he can sniff out a like maybe if his missing head is somewhere close by or his corpse. So he's trying to track that down. Is that possible?
Yeah. Let's see here. Tracking. So we'll call that investigation plus wits plus primal urge.
Tracking is usually wits survival plus whatever, if you want it.
Yeah, but I'll let you go with either one.
Okay, so you said investigation plus what? Plus.
Wits. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 5 plus primal urge you said, so that's 4, 5. Okay, that's 6 pool. Okay, give me a second here. 6. Target number greater than 8. Exploding. Seems that's it. Oh, that was a D20. Forget that. Roll again.
Ooh, pretty good.
Yeah, so 4 successes because of impossible spore, which is here. I add 2 successes on top of a successful tracking roll, so that's actually 6 successes, so it's exceptional.
Okay, you think you have a damn good idea exactly where it is.
Okay. He would move towards it. He would forget the ghost, for now at least, and dash towards it.
Dash towards. I'm sorry, I thought you were tracking the ghost.
No, I'm tracking the it's if,
Like
if
the
he had the
corpse, if he can
body,
find a
like
head
a
or anything.
corpse or head or his
Mhm.
missing head or whatever it is.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so you have the scent of that. You can feel it pulling you outside of the hall and down into a small den of right now skeletal trees on the far side from where you entered of the Ulfrdenne. Where you, as you come out chasing it, you can see a small circle, actually, several small interlacking circles of standing stones.
Okay. Can you ping on the map more or less where that is? More or less. Oh shit, it's pretty far away.
Well, you can always tell someone after your initiative, and then they can hoof it out of there to try to get there.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
well,
Oscar.
whatever.
I
Rooney
mean,
will
bushel.
Rooney will follow the scent. Yeah, and he'll
You
get
will
there.
follow the scent. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Okay. So the rest of you, those of you paying attention, will see Rooney suddenly kind of cock his head and take a deep sniff of the air and then go out racing back out the front of the hall and around the side. And I assume that you are running your full movement at this.
Yeah.
Yep. Great. Okay. Next, that will bring us Oscar.
Right. So I'm in Urshal form. I can barely fight this invisible ethereal werewolf. I think I'll just follow Rooney. I think it's probably not a good idea for anyone to go by themselves. And I'm in Urshal form, so I should be able to easily follow him. So I'll just go after him. I feel that my actions here are pretty limited, so I'm just gonna chase after him, I guess.
No, I think that's a fair idea.
And that's my turn. I mean, I guess I'm like neck to neck with him because I didn't spend an action. Does using a gift take an action, or is that just instantaneous?
It'll tell you based on the gift.
Well, I guess I'm right next to him or just behind him, and that's
Great.
my turn.
Great. And because of your form, you will quickly outpace Rooney.
We're in the same form.
Oh.
Then you won't outpace him. You will travel at nearly identical speeds.
Oh wait,
Fucking furries.
we can speak to each other because of the first tongue, right? Even
Yeah.
if you're in Urshal form.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, actually. So I go, what are we? Well, when I get close to him, I say, what are we chasing? What are we after?
His corpse, you would say.
I just do a nod which you wouldn't be able to see and just chase after it, follow him.
Okay.
Alright. Well, Kodai's absolutely fucking befuddled. 2 of his party members run past him out the doors. One of them's in full Garu form, and the other's protecting a sibling from something that isn't there. He is kind of clueless right now as to what to do, is torn between staying here and going to see what the hell they're doing. but he's going to just settle for moving towards Hurtis, sort of, setting up a bit of a cautious stance towards where the Garu is currently freaking out and is like, I have no idea what's going on. What do you want me to do? Because he can sort of guess that she can see something he can't, but if she's just crazy, then, well, he's going to roll with the crazy.
Okay, where are you in relative position to Herodis? You see
I
that
would
she is
say-
backing away from something and quite definitively putting her younger sister behind her, so you can guess which direction she
Yeah.
thinks at least something is coming. Where are you putting
I
yourself?
would say he put himself sort of in the front of both of them, thanks to his superior size. Just assumes if, he can draw away the situation of protecting the sister by doing the protection himself, he can have her focus on the conversation. So it would be like Kodai in the front, then Hurtis' sister. Well, then he'd just stand before both of you, just like a triangle shape.
Okay, got that, Herodis.
Point is, he's going to stand in front of him and ask what the hell is going on, because Kodai's the one person who seems to be out of the loop right now.
Okay,
On the
and that
Thanks for protecting us in case Bear goes in a rage. On the other hand, nice job hiding the ghost from me.
What are you talking about? What ghost?
Sorry, that was out of character. Brilliant, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's gonna turn to her and be like, what the fuck is going on, essentially?
okay, Herodis, you're up.
Okay. So, question: is Kodai making it impossible for me to see the ghost? Has the ghost moved away? Do I still see it?
I mean, Kodai is pretty big, but this is a headless war form on the other side of him. And it is bigger, even without its head, than Kodai. Kodai, you're still in human form, yes?
Correct, yeah, so he'd be size 6, it'd be size 7, unless it's a giant, then size 8.
Yeah. So it's simply in terms of girth and general size, and the fact that it's wheeling towards you, obviously about to go right through Kodai, you can certainly do that.
Well, I'm gonna activate Barghest. And I'm gonna unsheath a couple knives. And I can only spend 1 dot of essence per turn, so I can't shift yet, so I'm gonna stay behind Kodai. By the way, where is the Goru ghost compared to Sphere?
A spare basically went past it. He went behind and past it, and wheeled past where it was moving towards you. So he's to the front of you if you are facing the warform on the other side of the warformed ghost. He's now at its back, effectively.
Okay. So Herdis will just say to Kodai, "Ghost, behind Sphere, front of you."
No, I think it's Surveyor's behind the ghost, but yeah. Like he tried to go for it and whiffed.
Yep. Okay. Anything else? That's pretty reflexive. Anything else?
Nope. I need to shift before I do anything else. So next turn.
You can shift this time if you wish.
But I'd need an essence dot to shift in 1 turn, right?
You should have
Yes,
essence already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Dan said I can only spend 1 per turn, and I've already spent 1.
Oh, yeah, your primal urge is only 1.
Your primal urge is only 1. Yep, that's correct. Good call. All right, so next turn. All right, and at this point, your sister is going to go. She is, as much as you're trying to shove her out of the way, she doesn't seem to be having any of that. She is kind of gibbering her mouth, speaking almost as if she's in tongues, and her eyes roll back in her head so that only their whites show. And then suddenly you can all see outlined in little motes of dust and little bits of a grayish light, a dim, smoky form of a large headless war form bearing down on Kodai, and then on immediately after that to Herdis. So with that, it is the turn of the beast here. What's your defense pool, Kodai?
Currently it is a 6.
Yowzes.
It's thanks to that spear and shield.
Okay, and with you sensing what's in front of you, you've got your spear out and your shield, and you manage to get your shield out in front of you, and you feel a huge impact shake it as something smashes with a smoky form you're now suddenly able to see right now, smashes into it, splintering your shield. You're not completely, but certainly making it less effective than it was last turn. But you're using your sheer strength and mass and your good placement of your shield at this point to just force back this ghostly clawing form that is trying to get around you, and so far only managing to rake your armor.
Hell yeah. Alright. So is it back to our beloved Garu?
It is. And now, Sver, you have caught yourself from swinging past it. You're furious now at having missed this thing again. And spinning about, suddenly, you can see the damn thing. You can see some kind of ghostly, smoky outline of a figure. Something that looks very much like you, very much about your same size in war form. Just nothing but trailing smoke and motes where the head would normally be. And Kodai seems to have caught it on his shield somehow.
Well, yes, the rage mostly incomprehensible at this point. I am going to, again, try to rip it asunder. I dart after it with another sort of primal howl, and I just sort of try to... I imagine bring the claws just raking across its chest and snap at the stump of the thing's neck. Just trying to rip it apart. Just rip it apart.
Okay, so you can basically go at it right, because Kodai is basically got it pinned on his shield there, because it's obviously manifested in physical form to try to attack. And you're at its back. You can literally just go to town on its back, perfectly positioned right where you are.
I'm going to spend yet another point of essence. This time to activate some fucking gift. What is it? Strength, I think.
Yeah, the one that gives you strength equal to your purity.
So, let's see.
Go ahead, its defense pool is down to 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be +3 from lack of defense.
What?
And I think this is still 8 again. Unless I'm wrong. I think that last
It's
first.
still 8 again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it again. So re-roll 4 times.
That's
You need an extra.
So
6. Nice. 7. 7 is still really good.
Okay, Sphere. So that's 7 points of damage.
I think it's +2 from the claws.
So 9.
Yeah.
Okay, with the armor, that'll be reduced to 7. So you are dealing it 7 points of just railing, slashing damage with your claws across the back, and you can finally feel yourself actually hitting something, something that feels very much like the physical form of a wolf, except that it is impossibly cold as your claws are raking into it. You're not actually taking any damage, but you're feeling a bit of numbing starting to come up through your claws from where you're hitting something, some physicality, that's corpus that is not alive as we know it. And that will bring us to
Rooney?
yeah, it's Rooney.
Rooney.
So did he make it to the thing?
Okay, you are about 2/3 of the way there.
Okay. I guess we'll keep on running. That's his
Great.
turn.
Okay, give me a perception check.
All right. Wow. Okay. 1 success.
Better than 0.
1 success is enough. Looking ahead of you into the copse of trees, you can see several figures in the fog. As you get closer, they are, start to come into focus as you're thundering along in one of your speedier forms here. You're panting in your eagerness to follow this the scent of this thing's physical form that you have picked up its spoor. And you can see a number of the other members of your pack, the lesser members of your pack, are amidst the standing stones. And they are looking stunned and horrified.
Okay. Keep on running to get.
Okay, next. Yep. You'll be
I'm-
there next turn.
Mhm.
And I was
With
right
time
next-
to do something.
I was next to him. Do you want me to roll the perception as well, or?
You will see the same thing unless you get, say, more than 3 successes.
Let me give you a hand here.
Oh, I get bonus dice.
You're gonna roll perception. You said.
Yep.
For Urshul, you have a +3 bonus.
+3. Yeah. So that's a crit because I crit on 3 successes on perception.
Emerging from out of the standing stones towards the human wolf-blooded and other members of your pack that came along with you. They were attracted back here by Sigwyrd's ranting and moving in this direction. And soon from a pile of bodies that had obviously been dragged here from elsewhere around the territory and thrown kind of haphazardly amongst the standing stones. A spectral blue light suddenly sprung into their eyes, and these corpses, many of them of Vikings, warriors, some of them look like they might have at some point been from the settlement, Others of a more hardy nature were probably, judging by the fragments of armor and weapons they're wearing, human or other wolf-blooded members of probably of the pack of the Saber Fangs. Their corpses have risen as some type of unearthly draugr and are trudging through the fog with obvious murderous intent at the rest of the lesser members of your own pack, just ahead of you.
So, like, about around here, you reckon, or is this at the bottom of the stairs? Approximately where are they on the map? Is it like on top of the stairs, past the trees, or at the bottom of the stairs?
No, right on top of the standing stones.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, fine. I shouted, "The dead are rising."
Exactly.
And I said the dead are rising, and I trust really does whatever he does with the werewolf's body, and I'll go in and see if I can like attack the undead before they fully rise.
Okay, you'll get to that next turn. You're keeping pace right there with Rooney, and you'll get there and be able to take action next turn. And
Sure,
you hear Sigurd, his voice rising from out of the hushed noises, the screams, and the muttered intakes of breath and whispered prayers of the rest of the pack. And he says, "Hell hath opened her gates against us."
Okay. Before it's the end of my turn, can I have an? Did you say an approximate number of how many dead bodies there were?
It's really hard to tell. Coming out of the mist, you're able to see about 3 of them, but there's a number of shapes there, and you're not actually entirely sure who all at your at immediate moment, just relying mostly on sight right now, which ones are members of your pack and which ones might be more draugr figures rising up. The fog is pretty thick.
Okay. And do I get a condition or?
Absolutely. What is your? What are you feeling right now?
Wariness, I guess. I'm not too used to combat, so for now, I'm just trying to keep in control of my emotions and being cautious.
Cautious. Okay, so we are going to give you for the next part of the remainder of this scene, as long as you stay alive during it, an extra 2 dice to your defense pools as you are reacting with caution.
For the entire scene.
I think it's just until you use it or until the end of the scene.
Fourth. So
Yep.
for the next attack against me, basically.
Next attack against you, yes.
Okay, fine.
For the rest of the scene until you use it.
Okay, that's fine. I thought you meant like I get +2 defense for the entire scene, because that would be pretty overpowered.
That would be a bit much.
Alright, I'm fine with that.
Next.
All right. Is that
Kodai. That's
yeah? Just making sure. All right. Well, Kodai's just got essentially jump scared, so he's just going to reflexively try to stab out with a spear. It's not his area of protege, but fuck, he's panicked. So what's its current defense right now?
2.
2. Okay. So
Right.
would it be
that
lower
would-
to
it
1?
was this round, that would be 1 because
Yeah.
Sphere already. Yep.
Awesome, just making sure. Okay, so it would be 3, 4. Yeah. All right. So 1 defense on this side. Okay. Wow, I actually succeeded. I didn't expect that. Okay. So that would be, let's see, 4 damage overall.
4 lethal damage. 7 plus 4, that's 11 lethal so far, which brings us to... all right, it is... it screams as you pierce it, again, soundlessly. You're hearing this, in your heads, basically. It throws back its bloody stump of a head, shoulders where its head used to be, and you stab it right through where there's already an existing wound around some type of fell circle with runes about it that's been carved with some type of sharp instrument into its chest, basically removing the fur and leaving dark circles and runes in the ruins of flesh. You spear it right through there, and you still got it pinned on your shield, and you've transfixed it right through with your spear. Your spear's literally sticking out of its back, very close to where Sver is ripping apart its back.
Delightful. Alright, and that's my turn.
Our Kahalith.
Okay, so the ghost is still unalive and kicking. Like, it's not basically dead.
It's not dead yet. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna spend essence and shift into Golru. And I don't... Can I attack on the same turn or not?
Let's see here. That is... Let me check. Is that an instantaneous or a reflexive action for your... What's your harmony?
7?
Yeah, we're all 7. So for 7, shapeshifting takes a full minute and 1d4 damage, or essence for an instant.
Okay, as an instant action, you will be able to move, but you will not be able to attack. You spend the point of your spiritual power, and you feel it rip through you, transforming you instantly through your various forms, rushing you right up to your deadly war form. You instantly gain in height, your flesh splitting apart, your bones growing, your muzzle elongating, claws just ripping through the skin of your hand into something that is basically not even you as you knew it back when you thought you were human.
Well, that's my turn then, I guess.
All you know is rage.
Oh, I'm already angry.
You're always angry in war form. But no, this is not death rage.
Okay, how angry is that? Like, non-war rage angry.
You must attack something
It's really,
every turn.
really angry.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to...
At this point, you can still differentiate between things that you normally would not attack and everything that you normally would attack.
But you said I could not attack anyway, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite this second.
But you can't just go, oh, I'm gonna skip my turn in Gauru and hold my action or whatever.
No,
you can't do that.
but...
You have to hit something every turn.
Yeah, okay. So I was wondering if it would be logical to try to shove past Kodai at this point because of the rage thing.
No.
Oh, that's possible, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna more or less get in contact with the thing by sort of shoving you. Like, probably not enough to hurt you or anything.
You'd probably make him stumble. Well, it's because I'm
Okay.
expecting to do it too.
All right, I'm not gonna make. Let's. I don't think this is so much contested here, as simply Kodai, give me a dexterity plus athletics check to avoid being thrust off balance by her coming up from behind you.
1 success.
all it takes. You are a bit unnerved, but you have a good sense of what just happened behind you, and you're not that new of a Forsaken. You know what it sounds like when someone assumes the war form, and you're able to get a glimpse of it out of the corner of your eyes as what was Herdis and now is Death incarnate lunges past you and tries to get at this fading, smoky outline of a what once was a guru of its own as it begins to wink out of existence. Yep, Herdis' sister isn't going to do anything significant at this point, so that brings us back to Sphere.
It's the ghost, actually.
Yes, well, the ghost goes. Sphere, you suddenly see the Garou vanish from in front of you. It's gone. Your hands are no longer connecting with anything, and Kodai, all the pressure is off your shield, and your spear suddenly is moving freely through the air.
Awesome. Now we just have to deal with another Garu that's much less dead.
It's fair.
Is there any condition for the exception I got last time anyway?
We will give you... Yeah, we will give you a rage. You will have a plus 2 to damage, an automatic plus 2 to damage until used for the rest of the scene.
Okay, well.
Exceptional strength attacks thing. I thought that you couldn't get exceptional strength attack as the high damage roll was the game basically treats the high damage.
Yeah, yep. No, you're right there. I believe you are exactly right. The exceptional is just the extra point of damage. You don't actually get conditions for exceptional successes on attack rolls. It's just translated into damage.
Makes sense.
I think he's right there. Yeah.
One way or another. Despite the lack of blood on my claws, I'm still satisfied with understanding that whatever I was ripping into was suffering. When it disappears, all that satisfaction is just replaced with the still flooding rage. I don't know. It's just fucking gone, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to, on all fours, look around and see if there's any sign, any trace. How long do I have before it's just death rage time?
So it's been 3 rounds so far.
This is your 4th turn starting now on Garu, and your limit is your base stamina plus your primal urge.
So it's probably 4. I imagine it'll be either 3 or 4 then.
This is probably the last round for him.
Yeah, it depends all on what your stamina is right now.
You might have primal urge too. You can have primal urge too right off the bat.
Something tells me
What's your stamina?
has a very high strength.
You're gonna shut down?
Yeah, we're gonna shift down to
Go big or go home.
Urshel. I'm not gonna fucking murder the 3-player characters in this fucking room right now.
Yeah, we come back, everyone's PvP and Garu.
There's only 2.
Okay, with a scream of a bit of success and a bit of frustration, that you finally managed to really do this thing some damage, and you felt that you did. I mean, you just intuitively know that it did very much not like what you were doing to it. But you also get the idea that its disappearance is not because you completely destroyed it. So there's a bit of frustration there as well. You let out a murderous howl of triumph and frustration, and start melting down painfully. Letting go of the war form is like letting go of a rage-driven high. It's something you really have to force yourself to do. Because the power is just so immense. But you start shifting down. Are you going to spend a point of essence to shift automatically, or are you going to go the hard and bloody way?
No, we'll just take our time. I mean, as far as I understand it, it's gone, so probably won't come back after what I did to it.
Well, it's
okay.
20 turns of shifting. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, the threat is over as far as they're
we are. You guys are out of immediate combat anyway, so.
Yeah, we have no idea what you two were doing out there. We just know you hoofed it. For all we know, you ran away because you got scared.
Rudy is somehow going to know that you said that, right?
You want me to roll perception?
It echoes on the wind. Coward, coward, coward.
Anyone else in the? Let's see here. Who else in the turn? Kodai, Oscar. Well, hold on. Rooney is next, actually. So we'll jump. We'll jump to Rooney and Oscar here. Okay, so you guys are racing up into the very outer ring of these crude standing stones. You can see that they are covered with layers and layers of ancient, primitive paints depicting images of beasts, strange, quite unnatural, unnaturally proportioned forms drawn on them with paint, layers and layers. You can also see some bits of what might be a runic variation of the first tongue. It doesn't fully, because it is a more of a spoken thing, but there's no actual written language, but you can guess that there's some type of runic approximation of it, as well as splatters of blood, old, new, at the moment nothing newer than a few months, but some of it going probably caked back for centuries. And you are emerging out of these standing stones amidst the human and wolf-blooded members of your pack, as you see these stumbling, unnaturally moving, almost as if they're being driven as kind of wooden puppets along, as these forms of these corpses with spectral blue lights glowing in their eyes bear down on the rest of the party. And they, at least the foremost three of them, could engage some of the foremost members of the rest of the pack this turn, which includes Sigurweird, Brunhilde, and Sverre. What's your man-at-arms name?
Oh, fuck. Give me a minute.
Also, what time is it right now? Is it daytime, nighttime, afternoon?
It's daytime.
Sigmy, you mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
Sigwolf is useless then.
It is about 3:00 in the afternoon, and that will mean that in 2 hours already you'll be at sunset. So what little gray light there was is starting to slowly fade. Sigurwolf. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's fucking... No, that was me saying that Sigwolf's currently in his coffin. He cannot help whatsoever.
Yeah, Sigurwolf is not there. Okay, Rudy?
Okay, so only the fighters are next to the corpses, right? None of the humans or wolf blood is that what I understand?
2 fighters and a crippled old man.
Okay, so Rooney will he'll do what he came here to do first, which is to find the grave of this of the ghost Gauru.
Okay, so you have already caught the spore of this thing. So I'm going to say that you find the body immediately. It's not exactly hidden because it's tied upon the flat part of one of the broken standing stones. You see a corpse suffering months of weathering at this point, but it is not a normal human corpse. Whatever was done to Sigbjorn, he was physically caught in war form, even in death, and you have no idea off the top of your head what would do this, what would be able to do this. But you see a war form in physicality, chained physically to one of the standing stones. It's of course limp and lifeless at the moment, but the head is not immediately to be seen. But you can certainly attempt to follow it next round. Is there anything else you wanted to do immediately? So you've got the body.
Yeah. Okay. So he'll try to. I guess he will come close to the thing, to the corpse. He will sniff. Will sniff, his blood or whatever. The streaks of blood that was pouring out of the wound and all that stuff, and he'll try to use that and to keep on tracking and find the missing head. If there is a spoor to be followed, or if the spoor stops here, then he'll just engage in combat, I guess.
You've already got the track of it, so I'm not going to ask you to roll again.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the scent of it.
Okay, yeah, and since
you can follow a further exploration. Mm-hmm.
And since we were handing out conditions or inspiration or whatever it is, I did get an exceptional success on the first roll. So
absolutely, and you will get a standard inspiration for that.
Okay, cool. Related to tracking, I guess.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. And then he'll keep tracking, keep running after the head.
Perfect.
Oh, and he'll howl before giving chase to the head. And I don't know if we can communicate, messages through howls. It's something that is not entirely clear to me, even though I read like a shit ton of books. But
yeah, I think you can communicate something in one word. I would think.
So the howl would say danger, and obviously the howl is coming from wherever Rooney is, and you guys can hear it and track it, I guess. And then he'll just keep on moving to try to find the head. And that's his turn.
Is that actually wolves in the back? That's so perfect timing. Oscar.
Yeah. Rooney, has it actually ran off in a direction, or is he still sniffing?
Yeah, he's not really run off. He's just really a bit to the side of you, a little to the side and ahead of you at this point. You can easily catch up to where he is, or you can just turn basically slightly to your right and engage these shambling corpses moving forward.
I can only see 3, but I can't just see whether there's more than 3. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Because if it's just
you saw 3 last time. Go ahead and give me another perception check.
Cool. Okay. 2. can I, or if I can't see it, can I smell or hear more? I mean, I'm guessing my smell or hearing would probably tell me if there's more moving about.
It's all translated into the bonus you get for your perception in the form you're in.
Yeah. So you immediately can visually perceive two more of them emerging out of the snowy fog, just a bit behind the first three. So kind of like a second tier, just maybe not quite 10 feet behind the first three. But you are detecting more sounds out there. In the fog among the standing stones, you think there's probably more.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to to this tree, and then I'm gonna, because these stairs here, are they basically only wide enough for three? Like how wide are they? How many people can?
Okay, they're not evenly spaced. Okay, these are very irregular standing stones. But you, on a general, two people can stand abreast between any given two of the stones.
All right, I'm gonna pad over to the three pack people, and like basically, because I can't speak to them, they can't speak the first time, I imagine. I'm just gonna like move my front paw and nudge them towards the stairs and like look at the stairs, so that trying to get them to understand to go back onto the stairs, or at least fight them from the stairs so that they don't get surrounded. I'm gonna like do a small bark, I guess, or while pushing them, looking towards the stairs. Do you want me to roll something to see if I can try and if I can try and use basically sign language to get them to fight from the stairs or on top of the stairs? And then I'm just gonna go chasing after Rooney, I think.
What form are you in?
Urshel.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm not gonna. Your intent is clear.
Okay.
Ooh, 2 successes.
Okay, so Sigurd does indeed back up, as does Brunhilde. However, Sverre's retainer is, whether he understood or not, you can't quite tell. But he basically pats his helm down firmly onto his head. He beats the hilt of his Sverre. Does he have a sword or an axe?
An axe, probably.
An axe 3 times against his shield, and says, "Let's do this," and walks straight forward, basically right past you or aside you, up against the Draugr.
Is Brunhilde's spear going back there onto the stairs?
Yes, but Brunhilde is hefting a spear even as she backs up. Sigurd is again backing up, but is chanting something and is doing something very strange with his hands, and it looks like some clattering bits of bones as he does so.
Okay, I'm gonna try one more time in front of Bjorn, or what was that the guy's name? To try and persuade him to fight on top of the stairs. I'm gonna basically run in front of him again, like bite in front of his mouth, and then like push him with my forearm towards the stairs, and hope he gets that message. And then I'm gonna chase after Rini. Or at least I guess that's the end of my turn if I like try to convince them twice, basically.
Okay, give me a presence plus intimidation.
Do I get any bonuses? Let me just check. My presence doesn't change my actual form.
No, but I'll let you add your primal urge to this because you are a transformed being trying to give orders to a human.
Okay, but so presence plus intimidate plus primal edge.
Yeah, but this is contested.
I don't actually have any dots in intimidate. So, do I want to use willpower?
Yes.
It's not. I tried to help the guy. If the guy has a death wish and doesn't want to listen to me, then he's not my guy.
Alright.
Actually, he is, because the only one he's not right now is Spares.
What? Oh, Alright, yeah, actually. Oh, wait, I remembered. My bone is a guru, so I will try and persuade him. I use willpower. That's intimidate -1, presence 1, 5 dice. Oh, what? Crit! 5 dice. I rolled 5 dice and got a crit.
Hell yeah.
I've rolled 12 dice and got 0 successes, so yeah.
How many successes?
I got exceptional on 5 dice.
All right. The hesitant merchant son here suddenly showed this human in his pack, who's higher than who on the food chain, and even penetrating Sphere's retainer's a little bit of drunken rage here. He suddenly takes a hesitant step back, looks cowed, and then another and another.
So I guess that'll be the end of my turn. I guess because I tried to persuade him twice, but I will start running after Rennie next turn. I guess.
Okay, so you can take. Don't you already have a condition?
Yeah, but you can have different conditions. I thought. I mean.
I mean, as long as they don't, stack immediately. You are feeling a bit of confidence after this, and you can take a standard inspired condition as well.
Can I have a?
You can apply.
If you would let me have steadfast, I don't know if that's applicable. If you think. Yeah, Okay. I can copy and paste the text if you want. It's one of the standard rules from the.
It's just if you fail, you can say you succeeded with 1 success instead.
Yeah, I see that you make an argument for it. I see no reason not to give it to you. Yep.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's the end of my turn.
You have successfully done what you thought was necessary to protect a human member of your pack as an Iron Master.
Yes. Oh, that's the other thing. Because I have the Bone Guru. Oh, I don't know if this would be enough to get a willpower back from Bone.
What's Guru say?
Yeah, I'll just bring it back up again.
Follow. You earn when someone achieves success by following your advice. So you don't know if you'll.
Yeah,
I guess you'll learn that when the fight is over.
Yeah, let's see how he does.
You know what? I think that is actually worthy of a willpower already.
Oh, thank you.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I used the willpower to convince him, so just cancel each other out. But it's nice to get it back.
Sver is. I'm sorry. I can't remember quick off the top of my head. Is the human Signy or Bjorn?
Okay.
Human is Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Human's my brother.
Your brother. Okay, the one with a little bit of drunkenness there. Yeah. Okay, so that's Bjorn. Okay, so that brings us back to the Kachalith.
Well, what did we see when the ghost disappeared? Like, no tracks, no direction it was looking into, nothing.
No, nothing. You are a bone shadow, right?
Yes.
Give me your occult plus
Your-
intelligence.
I don't have a cult.
Then give me intelligence.
It's a chance die then, I guess, because you have a -3 penalty for
Yeah.
if you're
You can use
untrained.
willpower. You can use willpower to cancel out the -3. If you roll a 1 on a chance die, then you use a crit fail. A botch.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna spend willpower. So that makes 3 dice, right?
Our Bone Shadow in training draws on her intuition.
Yeah, so the 3 dice would cancel out you not having that skill.
So that's just 3d10s, right?
Yep.
1 success.
Okay. Well, 1 success is enough. I'm not going to give you too much, but you get the idea that these ghosts, they have to obviously exert themselves in some way to make themselves physical to attack you, right? Because obviously they are on a different state of being, not quite a plane of existence, but a different state of being. And when they're not actually exercising that power, they can't be hit. This one was able to be hit precisely because it was manifesting itself to attack, well, in this case, Kodai, to try to get at you exactly when your other 2 members were hurt. Having been severely injured in the last bout there, it simply stopped manifesting itself to attack. So it is, if you focus your perception in the twilight, you might be able to tell where it is.
Oh, I thought I was already doing that. I mean, I do that then, obviously.
Okay, and you can see it head-tailing. It is fleeing quite rapidly out of the hall, pretty much in the same direction you saw Rooney, and you think you saw Oscar trailing along behind.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna roar at it. My prey, and I'm gonna run after it.
Very good.
Can she hit it?
This is the question.
Sure, you've got Barghest activated, yes?
I did activate Barghest, yes.
Yes. If you're moving your full movement, yes, you can certainly. You were in melee range of it before, so yeah, you can make a trailing attack on it. Sure.
Okay, and I do have knives, so I can use those. Can I spend another willpower though?
I think there's no limit to number of willpower.
Yeah, you certainly can. Yes, yeah. You just only 1 per.
Actual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Per roll, basically.
So we still attack with dexterity and either brawl or weaponry, right?
Depends on what weapon you're using.
Knife,
It's probably
I guess
strength.
Yeah,
strength.
it's strength and weaponry unless you have a specific merit.
No, it's strength. Okay.
Didn't you jump into war form?
I'm in Goru, yes.
Yes. Okay. Might be better off using your claws at that point.
Wait, Dalu or straight up Garu?
Garu.
Goru.
Garu.
Oh shit, that's the second killing one already.
You probably want to use your claws there.
Yeah,
Rather than
No, because I have 0 brawl and I have a special
She's
team
untrained,
weaponry, so that's 2 more dice. So that's 2 more dice.
Your knives will be like
And
just
three.
under the Garrow.
It's true, but suspension of disbelief.
Do we have a Garu stabbing someone with a fucking knife?
I think I have an exceptional
Yeah.
success, and the ghost is not gonna like that knife.
1, 2, 3, 4. You need to re-roll those 10s, but yeah.
Yeah, she rolled 4d10. Holy shit.
Okay, yeah, so you got 7 successes. Wait,
Can I
no, 1,
just say
2,
that I
3, 4,
stabbed
5, 6.
both knives?
7. Sorry, my bad. You got 8 successes.
Combat character.
So, I think that's a beat.
Wait, no. Did that include the minus defense? Does the enemy Garu get defense? Because then that would.
Oh yeah, probably. But, do I get a beat for that? Like regardless.
What is your dagger made out of? I'm just curious.
I don't think I've asked for a. Did I ask for a silver one? No, I don't think so. So they are normal daggers.
I don't think I don't think there's been mention of anyone in the party having silver weapons.
Yeah, it probably would have been bone or iron or something.
Mm-hmm.
Someone with a
All right, but empowered with your gift from the shadow, your intuitive, rather than say trained, we'll say your intuitive bone shadow understanding of the dead and the way they are structured. You hurtle after this thing and stab it right in the middle of where you know its back is in the twilight. And as you do so, your dagger plunges straight through the back of its chest. You're actually pushing right through its corpus into where its heart would be, and you feel it actually splinter and then discorporate into a mist with, again, this type of soundless howl of rage and impotence as you have effectively, at least for the time being, killed it.
Hell yes.
You have discorporated it, for the technical terminology.
Which means you ghost killed it.
Yes.
With a knife in Garu form.
Yes.
It's literally looks
We
like
literally have knives on our hands, but fuck that shit. This is actually...
Also, no,
I think there's a song in this somewhere.
Like,
no,
I think
the
the deed name is born. I think the deed name is Toothpick. Like, it's literally what she used to kill this thing.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be talking about the Garu that doesn't use its natural gifts, and then they're like, "Oh, so it's an Iron Master." Nope.
Pretty sure her hands would be like bigger than the knife itself. So
I think the nails would be bigger than the knife.
Yes, but I have more dice to hit with a knife.
I know.
We're gonna need to get you some fucking training in Brawl.
Or, silver knives.
Dude,
Or silver knives.
There's totally gonna be like some Rocky scene montages with her just learning about a cult and how to brawl properly, like some Rocky
Werewolf
music
in general.
playing in the background.
Nope. Silver knives. Sorry, guys.
Okay, well, you don't get a condition because that is damage added into your damage, which helps you discorporate thing. But simply for the awesomeness of this toothpick strike, you're gonna have to get a beat for that.
By the way, do we get beats from 5 or more successes on an attack roll, or does that not count?
No, not for the damage rolls.
Yeah. Unless it's, of course, exceptionally interesting, like a knife stab again.
Okay, thank you. Well, that takes us back to Spare, I think.
He's shapeshifting. He's chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be shapeshifting for another 9 rounds.
No, it's actually it's each turn, so it's a pain to keep track of this. But 1, 2, 3, 4. He's been shifting for 4 turns already, so 16 to go.
Okay, they are out of combat, so.
More than
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got Hurtis, cleaning up the scraps. Kodai's just wandering around the hall seeing what's what, and we've got Severe shifting.
Okay, real quick here, Sver and Kodai, what are you two? You're shifting down. Kodai, what are you doing?
Kodai's just starting to look around this lodge. He's assumed the threat is done, and now he's just curious.
Okay. Now you're just looking around the hall. Fine. Herdis, what are you doing after you've destroyed this thing with your mighty dagger? Yeah, Kodai saw it. No one else will believe it. Sverre saw it too. He would have understood.
Damn it.
Well, will we tell anyone about it?
In the middle of shifting down, like, why the fuck is she holding a knife right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't see me kill the ghost because you didn't see the
You
ghost.
clearly attacked something and you shouted my prey before you did it. You can't just backtrack this shit.
Yeah, no, we're totally gonna gossip. It's too late now.
Okay, well, if it's too late, I'm gonna rush towards Rooney because I actually like him, and also there might be other preys to kill, and I'm angry.
Okay, Rooney.
Well, Rooney's trying to find this this motherfucker's head. So what's
Okay,
up with that?
hold on. We go to the Draugrs here. Oscar, what's your defense?
3. That seems really low. Oh no, but you also gave me the +2 for the first attack roll against me.
Okay, so 5.
Yeah. I don't like these 10s you're rolling.
And if only you had armor and high defense.
Well, I can regenerate it. I'm getting
Simply on chance die, 2 of them managed to hit you somehow. The third did not.
Damn it.
Are you wearing any armor?
I'm in Urshel form, so I guess no.
No. Okay, so you are going to take 4 points of lethal damage.
Okay. So they get +1 to their damage. They have 1 lethal. What are they attacking me with, by the way? Axes, like in the picture, or?
One of them with an axe and one of them with a spear.
Okay. Yeah, I take 4 lethal. I say, I growl. It's only a flesh wound. My HP went up, right? So yeah, I can tank that. That's no problem.
Okay.
Yep.
And that brings us to Rooney. I'm
No.
sorry, Sphere. Sphere.
He's having a.
Sphere is transforming. That will bring us to Rooney.
No, wait. What was it? Just Oscar now?
No, he would. I think it was the undead attacking me.
Yeah, the Draugr at the end of the combat.
Okay,
round.
yeah, and Sphere's out of combat. Got it. Yeah. I mean, he's trying to track the head. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you make that wits plus investigation roll again with the +2 you have for your condition.
Okay, so let's just say I will resolve the condition, right, and gain a beat for it, and and if I roll 3 or higher, is going to be exceptional. So let's do that. All right. Let me see what's the pool for that. So it's wits investigation. So that's 3. That's 5.
And actually, because you're using the impossible spore for this, I will allow you to add your perception bonus for your wolf form to that roll.
Okay, so that's another. I think that's it. And I get an exception on a 3+ because I resolved the condition. So let's see what happens. Jesus, so just 1.
Oh wow.
Anyway, gotta beat. So yeah, just 1 success, I guess. Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry. Impossible Spore adds 2 on top of regular success, so it's actually 3.
3.
post that.
3 successes.
Yep.
So that is an exceptional success for you, right?
Because I resolved the condition.
Because you
expired.
resolve the condition.
Yep.
Great. Okay, so it is an exceptional success. You follow the scent of it. You're moving with inhuman speed at this point, following the hunt for you in this, and you feel that the head, having been separated from Sigbjorn's body, is in the center of the standing pool is a pool of water. It's clogged a bit by bodies laying half in and half out, some of which are starting to twitch and move as you are leaping past and over them, and you feel that the head is in the pool. You dive in. It's not terribly deep. The water is surprisingly not stagnant, other than the taint of corruption of the bodies that were laying in and out of it. So you get the idea that this water is fed by some underwater spring somewhere. The whole pool itself isn't 10 feet across. You sense right where the head is. You lunge into the water. There's a brief shock of the water hitting you. It's not cold, though. Again, you found some underwater spring. The water obviously has some hidden heat to it. And with that exceptional success, you dive straight in and grab the rotting head of Sigbjorn off the bottom, out of the muck at the bottom of this standing pool, and burst up out of the water with it in your jaws, spraying water and bits of just twitching corpses in all directions.
Okay, awesome. He's gonna bring it back.
You'll be able to do that next round.
All right, that's his turn.
Oscar.
Right. So there's 3 undead next to me, I guess.
Correct. Three of them within melee range.
The others,
Axe, spear, and sword.
And the humans have backed off to the stairs.
The humans have all backed off. Sigurd has not backed off to the stairs, but is about halfway there. But you're kind of focused on the Draugrs at the moment anyway. Bjorn, I don't know. He may have backed off all the way to Hrefnsrost, as far as you know.
Regeneration, by the way. When does that kick in? Is it the beginning of the turn or beginning of my action round?
I'd say
Beginning
start
of
of
your
it.
turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would mean I'll regenerate from. So.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And anyone else who has taken damage so far.
Yep. Make sure it's only bashing that you're restoring unless you spend essence.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So if I spend 1 essence, is it the same number of bashing
Yes.
damage that I would heal?
Same number as bashing, but it would be lethal instead.
And because I'm limited by my primal urge on
Mm-hmm.
primal urge 1, so I would generate only 1 lethal if I spend 1 essence.
Yep.
Correct.
Doesn't seem particularly worth it. I'm not in danger of dying anytime soon. Can I see with my eyes? See with my senses where Rooney has gone right now? Because I mean, out of character, obviously, I know that Rooney has jumped into a pool and stuff. But is there something within visible distance, or do I not know where he is?
Yeah, you've got a general sense of where he went, and him popping up out of the water, somewhat off to your right from where you are. What exactly he's doing, you're probably too focused on the oncoming corpses swinging weapons at you.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 1 my action to hit one back, and then I'm gonna use my movement to run after Rooney.
Okay.
There's no
One
like
da-
there's no attack of opportunity or equivalent in the game, as far as I'm aware. So, all right. What's his defense?
1.
Oh, okay. My bonuses from Urshel is 4, 5, -1. I'll try and bite one, so that's 4 dice. 2 success. So that's 4 lethal damage to one of the undead.
Okay. You lunge at one of the Draugrs.
Can I? Because I can
Mhm.
also inflict a physical tilt because I'm attacking in Urshel form. So I'm just going to say I bite the leg off one of them, and yeah, that's I bite the leg off one of them basically.
Leg wreck.
Okay, you go to bite one of the leg off one of them, the foremost one with the spear, and as you go to bite its leg off, the entirety of the lower half of its body separates from the top, and it falls down in 2 separate pieces. Hands and legs still moving a bit on either side, but neither presenting any real threat at this point to you or anyone else.
Oh, they're a lot squashier than I thought they would be. Okay, and then I use my movement to run after Rooney, or towards where Rooney is, in case he needs my help.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Great. So back with the rest of the party. Let's see here. You were racing ahead, so you will be there next turn, Herdis, and able to take action.
Okay.
Sver will say that you have effectively completed your transformation and will be able to either do something in the hall or chase after them next turn. And Kodai, what you up to?
Kodai's still exploring. He doesn't fucking know what's going on outside.
Give me a perception check. I'm sorry. Give me if you're looking around. Let's make that investigation plus wits.
Investigation plus wits. All right. Let's see. Investigation. I'm going to spend a willpower on that. All right. So would that give me a skill dot if I spend a willpower on it? Is that how it works?
No, you get +3 to your dice roll. I assume you
Oh.
don't have investigation, so that's -3. Willpower adds 3. So it's basically your stat die alone you're rolling.
Nope. And I'm going to make that a dramatic failure if possible. Just because it's
Oh, okay.
A dramatic failure. Okay.
Kodai and his really low wits and really low investigation.
Okay. As you are tossing things around, just kind of clumsily searching through things, you accidentally toss what looks like it might have been some type of scroll out out of the case that it was in, and as it falls apart, the parchment inside is so old it basically just crumbles into shreds of what once might have been some type of papyrus and dust.
Okay, he's going to use his foot just to kind of brush it away a bit more and hope nobody saw that.
Take a beat.
Alright, and that's Kodai's turn.
Okay. that brings us back to Sver. Are you going to? You have completed your transformation effectively out of combat, and what are you going to do?
I mean, might as well run outside with the rest of them. I don't plan on dicking around here with Goda.
Okay, so you're feeling a little bit weak and drawn from that heavy transformation out of war form, but you limber up your gear and start heading out of the hall and down the hill, where you can already hear shouts, screams, and the din of battle emerging. And you catch Bjorn running past you down away from the hall.
Running past me, he is.
He's running in the opposite direction.
Okay, does he actually like pass me by, close enough for me to like say catch him?
Yes.
Am I in human form right now?
I think you shifted down to Urshel.
Yeah, I think you said Urshel, but you can be in whatever form that you want to be.
Sure, we'll say for dramatic purposes, we'll be human, or yeah, human's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll catch the fucker then and just grab him by the scruff of the shirt or whatever the hell and glare at him. Sver's obviously naked. I don't know, maybe I'm carrying my axe, but that's it.
You had the dedication, right?
Like,
so you have all your gear.
That's kind of lame, though.
He wants to be naked.
I'm not going to stop you for dramatic purposes. If you want to be naked, it is entirely within your willpower.
Yeah.
But like, does he is he running away?
Make me a perception check.
Perception, huh? Okay.
You get a +1 for human form.
Wits composure.
Instinctively, I only sent it to you, but that's no successes.
Dramatic fail.
Like, how would I dramatic fail just looking at him? Like,
You think
it's kind of stupid.
You think you saw something which you didn't see, and your character goes off in the wrong direction or something.
I mean, I'll leave it to Grimnir here if you think it's dramatically appropriate, but I don't want to take like a dramatic fail at just weird times where it doesn't make sense.
You're convinced you saw a second ghost werewolf.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's the sort of thing that'd be more silly. Interesting.
Dramatic failure results in a kind of messy success here. As you run into him and try to figure out what the hell's wrong, you kind of catch him, and he's trying to spin out of your grasp, and your hand grips onto his breeches, and it comes away. Oh, urine. With that exceptional zest, Oscar made Bjorn piss his pants.
Yeah.
And you put your paw, your hand right at the moment anyway, right in it.
I'm going to give him a teeb kick, just into the snow, out of disgust.
Okay, you don't have to roll for that.
And I throw away the scratch of leather or whatever the fuck he's wearing and spit into the snow.
Oh my god, that guy's gonna have
coward.
I think that's gonna call for a breaking point for him. I'll determine that later myself.
In fact, before I leave, I'll look to him and snarl. I'd better not find you on my return. And then I'll walk to wherever the hell he was running away from. Now, if I was aware that it was Oscar who'd scared the shit out of him, I might have killed him. But I'm assuming it's a ghost. So I'm just going to go down a little bit more calmly and see what the ruckus is.
All right, trying to wipe off your hand.
I've stuck it in worse before.
I believe it. Okay, so Rooney.
Yes. Trying to make my way back with the guys ahead on my jaws.
Okay. Make me a dexterity plus athletics roll if you are trying to avoid combat with these still rather slow-moving Draugr.
Here it comes. Get to roll again once, or is that? No, that's already factored in. Yeah, 2 successes.
2 successes, that's enough. You manage to land and spin on your 4 feet, jump over one of them, and you are at the standing stone that the corpse of Sigbjorn the Reaver in Forsaken form is chained to, with his head in your hands.
My jaws. I'm inertial.
Yeah, jaws. My bad.
Can I still do something this round or no?
Yes. Yeah, you
Great.
only moved your movement so far.
He'll try to awkwardly try to place the head on top of the neck in a way that, it's not awkward, like actually trying to fit this thing properly. See if it, sticks in there. But if he can't do that, then he will just leave the head. Yeah, otherwise he'll just leave the head next to the corpse and help the others destroy these things. The Draugr.
No, you can certainly do that. I don't have a problem with that. But
okay,
doing is not merely really physical. So 1 second. Please make me an occult plus intelligence roll.
I like occult rolls. Occult intelligence. Okay. Does spirit's specialty apply to this?
It does indeed.
It does indeed. Okay. So here comes 3 successes.
How many ghouls are left, by the way?
None.
Oh, delightful.
As Rooney, in his direwolf form, places this the head, the Garou head, on the corpse of what once was Sigbjorn the Reaver of the Saber Fangs. He manages to connect the two together, not just physically, but he knows what he's doing in a ritualistic fashion. And by putting these two pieces together, he has effectively invoked the ban for this ghost. He has completed the thing that kept it on this world. And it was this ghost, the magic that was animating Sigbjorn, that was animating all of the rest of the Draugr as well. And even as you were doing this, you were feeling a brush of the ghostly form of Sigbjorn as it was racing down the hill to try to do something to stop you. But you managed to do this just in time. You feel that you just dodged this foul specter that was somehow ephemerally forming itself around you. And you hear a howl, not here, somewhere else. Not the twilight, but you hear a howl, and you think for a second that it is a kind of relief tinged with madness. And with that, the spirit is gone. You feel a kind of physical inrush of air around you as the spirit vanishes, not just from the twilight, but to go on to whatever its next destination might be that Hell's frosty realm or Stygia or somewhere else. And with that, the Draugrs, the blue spectral light, flickers and then fades in their eyes, and the corpses, as one, collapse to the ground among the standing stones, many of them in the midst of holding up weapons aloft in the air.
Nice. I guess that's the end of combat for everybody.
It appears that way.
I sniff around to see if there's any more threats, and then I'll slowly make my way back to the lodge.
Okay. So obviously there's a whole lot of corpses around the area. Altogether, there might be some 40 corpses here. Most of them are Viking or people of one form or another. You see a few bodies that might be local Slavic, maybe a handful of the local Finno-Ugric tribesmen as well. They do have different styles of dress, and their clothing is obviously rotting, but you can still make something out. And it seems that some of them were probably members of the pack or human mercenaries somehow affiliated with it. But some of them are wearing gear that looks much more like the rather simple militia gear that was being worn by the guard of Thane Hacken down in Hrefna's. And there's a few women and children and others around as well. Your standing stones right now is basically a charnel pit.
Would it be culturally appropriate to create a funerary pyre for these bodies? I mean, trying to bury fucking 40 people is obviously gonna be like ridiculous.
The normal burial rites for the Norse are internment in the ground, often in a raised kurgan above the ground, actually. But in this particular situation, the Varangian Rus were already starting to deal with burning and considering the situation, and your belief that there was definitely some type of evil corruption here, be that of hell projecting her force onto the world, or something to do with what Rooney discovered at the end of the last game, or some combination of the two of them. Burning would not be out of place.
Burn.
Culturally inappropriate to suggest that we investigate these bodies and see what we can find, and maybe keep some of it.
Wow, looting. SMA.
Bruh.
Well, we need to find out what happened to the.
Of course, it's a merchant who's only focused on loot.
Maybe there's some clues to be found.
Some clues to be fucking found. All right, well.
The clues to line your pockets. I can't believe you.
So all the people are around here, right? Like we still have our
Gucci gang, yeah.
mortals about.
Yes. It appears that a few of your pack members might have received a dint or a strike, but no one has been fatally injured. I assume, Herdus, that you're dropping out of Guru form?
I may or may not have kicked a body before out of frustration for lack of prey, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Well, I guess first things first. Go find Rooney, I guess. And whether he's a wolf or not, just ask. The fuck happened there?
You would, as fair, would find Rooney next to the corpse, Sigbjörn's corpse, kind of laying on his paws. I'm not sure how to describe this. The way dogs do when they're resting, I guess, and he seems to be deep in thought. And perhaps the front paws are crossed, one on top of the other. So he would reply in first tongue, being inertial, and he would say, "This brother of ours was trapped between worlds. A ghost, and I released him."
Look around behind me for this is weird.
He's there. You can see that he is actually peering over the body of this forsaken corpse here, and he appears to be looking intently at the spiraling, circling mess of runes that just sheer looking at them kind of hurts your head, Sver. They seem to have some type of fell significance. You're not sure what.
This smells of evil. Do you make any sense out of this profane sorcery?
Not right now.
This is the work of Irraka, but not of your people. Of another, a lost wolf spirit.
Balehounds.
That is the word.
I did sniff a hint of my Elgin taint on that ghost.
Who are the Balehounds?
They are our brothers that, for one reason or the other, they decided to serve the Maelgin, corrupted themselves, turned their back on our mother.
And what's a Maelgin?
Ancient spirits of pure evil.
Spirits, Sigurd says. That is a word that does not quite conjure significance. The Maelgin are dark gods of the shadow, of the Hissel. You are to them as our aunts to a man.
They sound as worthy prey.
Rooney growls at Sigurd and says, "Gods are also the firstborn we serve, and our mother. Do not belittle us, little man."
Oh, the cub has fangs.
Regardless, can you track these bellhounds, find where they hide?
Well, I guess we now know what to do. What will we know what to hunt first?
Sigurd pulls out out of he begins rummaging in his pack and pulls out some scrolled parchment. Then he pulls out a bit of charcoal, and he begins etching the runes and the patterns that he sees that have been carved in Sigbjorn the Reaver's chest and fur.
Yeah, this is a good time to introduce Eagle, I guess, the wolf-blooded. He'd be interested in that. He would actually be helping. He can read and write, so he could be helping Sigweird do that. To accurately portray these runes, whatever.
Sure. What do you think the relationship would be between Egil and Sigweird? Obviously, they've
they just met.
Had enough experience.
Yeah, Eagle is more of a mental oriented person. He would help Rooney on research. Rooney cannot read and write. If that's not apparent by the way he talks in Old Norse, then it will become apparent very soon. Eagle can, so he would help Rooney on research and taking notes and keeping records of things and all that. So he's a very mentally sharp person. So yeah, this sort of stuff, like recording this event or these runes or for further or future study, is something.
How
that
did
would
Eagle die?
interest him. Eagle didn't die. Eagle is wolf-blooded, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was your other.
Yeah,
your wolf
no.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have to work on that. So yeah, so Eagle would be helping Sigweird. Whatever, it's like bookkeeping. Like I can probably see him helping Oscar in the city. Like, I don't know, helping him to keep track of all his coin or whatever, and helping Rooney with the research and rights and all that stuff. Like, that's sort of right up Eagle's alley.
Sigweird sees Eagle peering over at what he's doing, rather clumsily with his maimed hands there, and passes off the chalk and the parchment to him. Here, wolf boy, you have a fairer hand than mine. You might as well help.
Yeah. And
Mind the shape.
Yeah, and then you'd see for the first time Eagle actually taking the gloves off of his hands. Like, you on the boat, if you noticed Eagle, he would be always wearing gloves and trying to tuck them under his robes, and when you see it for the first time, he removing them, and you see that his fingers are naturally long, and they probably have more joints to them than a normal human would have, and they sort of move in a natural fashion, like not by his will. Like, you can see him, he grabs a chalk, right, with perhaps 3 of his fingers, and the other 2 fingers are snapping and moving in weird ways as he's writing down. But his calligraphy, I guess, is outstanding, but his fingers are just weird.
Eagle gets the sense that Sigweird knew that somehow.
Well, regardless. Guess I'm still looking at Rudy and pointing at the fucking corpse and saying, can you track these creatures, or is the trail gone?
He would get up at this, not laying on the floor as he was before, and he would say, We will find that soon enough. Find out soon enough, brother. But there's something that must do first. I came here. I heeded a call from the shadow, and I hear that call still close by. We should find out who that is, where they are.
I would seek to bring justice, if not to the perpetrators, then to the dead. Cannot leave this place as we found it.
We can bury them or provide the necessary rites for burial. But we have to claim the heart of our territory, and that is the Ulfrdenne. That comes first, brother, is what I think.
As you're speaking, you're detecting a noise all around you as a large number, a murder of ravens and crows begins settling in the branches of the November skeletal leafless trees that are around the standing stones, and all the way up into the copse of the giant tree up above you.
What the fuck?
5, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 crows, murmuring, cawing, wings flapping.
Very well, I'll take your word for it. It seems we're being watched, regardless.
Maybe we should not. We should let the crows feast on the pit.
Do you feed things to eyes often?
I would like everyone to make me a perception check and add your primal urge to it.
Perception plus primal urge.
Those of you who have a spirit specialty can add that as well.
Does that include a werewolf bonus, or because you're telling us that primal urge, so it's primal urge plus the werewolf bonus?
Well, it's this.
Yes.
This is gonna be a huge dice pool.
Okay.
Watch me get like 1 success.
I guess I would have left Urshel
Nope.
by now with the combat hazard. So I'll use the human perception rather than the Urshel perception.
So that's over exceptional, because I get exceptional on just 3 successes. I got 6.
Exceptional is 3 successes only?
For me, on perception, yes.
And yeah, for me, it is a cunning gift. I think I have it.
Okay, so that's an exceptional success there, Rooney.
Yep, absolutely.
Anybody else?
Exceptional.
No. Only 3.
Exceptional for Oscar as well.
Okay, exceptional for Oscar as well.
Yep.
God damn.
Okay, so anyone who has an exceptional success on this roll, you gain a condition called Dark Enlightenment.
I love it.
What does that do?
Whisper that
The
to
next
us, maybe.
time, the next time you attempt anything that is connected in any way to a spirit or the shadow, you get a +2 to your die roll, +2 dice to your roll, and that will resolve the condition.
Nice.
Okay. Nice.
Thanks. Love it.
2 of the standing stones near the center of these, there's several rings. These standing stones, they're irregular. Some of them are broken, but you get the idea that once there was some kind of concentric circles of these stones, and they're not huge. I mean, we're not talking Stonehenge here. The biggest of them is some of them are maybe the size of Kodai, but not much more than that. They're a little bit smaller than that, and these are rough shaped. Most of them aren't shaped in any way, but two of them are together near the center in what forms kind of a rough arch. And this arch is over that pool that Rooney dove into after the head of Sigbjorn. And you detect a surge of spiritual energy, of essence, coming off and from this arch. This is a locust.
Ooh.
Powerful one.
Oh, the pool is a locust then.
The arch over the pool is.
Hmm.
It basically forms like a doorway over the pool. You have to step into the pool
Nice.
and through the arch.
What's the resonance of the locust? Is it death?
It is indeed death. Death and the dead.
Nice. I like it.
So all of us can tell that it's a locust, or only those two with an exceptional success?
No. Anyone who has success can tell that. Those with the success, the only one who is someone completely oblivious did not tell that this was a locust.
Oh,
Did anyone have no successes?
No, I think we all got some. At least one.
Yeah. Good.
well,
The dice pool was big enough. There is a ripple of energy through the arch. And a hand kind of pushes its way through the gray mist that is collecting in the arch. A feminine hand.
Ooh.
Nails. Long nails. Painted black.
Less ooh. Does it look
then-
like just long feminine nails or like long gnarled monster nails?
No, long feminine nails.
Okay, that's better.
A pale
Bruh.
woman's hand and arm emerging almost like out of the air from the middle of this arch. And then another. And it seems that they are trying to push away from each other as if they're trying to push their way through something.
Yeah.
Is this a normal size, or is it like extra large, or what?
No. Like no, these are normal size hands. Yes.
Normal size.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
well, by
would say
now,
you would say even feminine and petite.
Okay.
by
Well,
now, Kodai would have probably moseyed out of the lodge house and thus saw this with his perception check, wondering where everyone
Yes,
was.
everyone. I'm assuming that everyone is
Yeah.
here at this.
Yeah, so as he would probably like as this starts happening, make his way to like just to everyone and be like, "What's hands?" As he just points to the hands, sort of awaiting an explanation.
Rooney would.
Is anyone doing anything?
Rooney would approach.
looking in the
Slowly.
hissel to see if... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Looking in the hissel to see if the hands are tied to... You said there were sort of black tendrils going from the crows, right?
Yes, indeed. Those
So
black
that-
tendrils are converging on these hands and whatever is behind it.
Well, Herdis is gonna walk toward those hands and say, "Well, hello to our puppeteer. They seem eager to meet us."
Anyone else?
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, I think guys who know more about the spirit, what the fuck is going on?
Just calm down and wait.
Oh, Kodai shrug. That's enough for him.
The worst case scenario, we kill it once it's here.
I shrug.
Okay, just to be clear, the hands that you are seeing are in the twilight. They are not in the physical. They are in the twilight. All of you can see them because they are connected with the spirit, with the surge in spiritual energy from the arch.
Okay.
I'm assuming that you all shifted your vision to the twilight, and you are and the hissel if you want, and you are seeing the locus open and a spirit emerge out of the shadow into Midgard in front of you through, well, what you want to be your standing stones in the twilight.
So,
Anyone else doing anything immediately? Or
My
Well,
character has no clue what's going on.
well, I
Kodai's
said I was
been by here.
walking. Sorry,
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You're good.
I said I was walking toward the hands. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rooney also approached. He's doesn't have any aggressive or tense demeanor about him. So yeah, can he help in some way the spirit to cross over? I mean,
okay,
out of character, would it be safe to say he knows, quote unquote, who this is? The same voice, perhaps calling to him.
he gets a sense. He gets a sense of familiarity.
Okay. So yeah, he's just waiting, and if he can help, let's say her, because it's a feminine hand to cross, he would do so.
Okay, anyone else doing anything immediately?
Well, I heard this has walked towards the arms.
Yes, she has.
I'm just going, what the fuck?
Yep, Kodai's essentially the same.
My character knows basically little to nothing about occult shit.
It's fair.
Also, you're echoing again. I don't know.
Watching.
Oh, you're all funny.
Boys in the
Camera
back.
What?
Yeah, we're just letting
Watching
the socialites-
naked, by the way, still naked. I love it.
Just looking
She-
up and put clothes on. What?
Sigweir just pauses with his hands thoughtfully, on mangled hands thoughtfully to his face and says, "She comes." And with that, a large raven in twilight form emerges from out of the locust and lands on Rooney's shoulder.
Oh, well, nice pet.
Is it? I say, is it hostile? I mean, it doesn't seem hostile.
I facepalm.
It's a bird.
Pet,
It's a large.
is that the way you greet your totem? And that's where we'll end for tonight.